now in the U.S., they're getting the taste of J-pop through a lot of anime, which is huge over there in Hawaii, and then from there they kind of graduate to, for example, I know Cowboy Bebop has a huge, great soundtrack by Okano.
No,
yeah, so they wow, that's great music, and then all of a sudden they're trying to figure out what else she did, and then from there it's like you get into the whole culture of J-pop. So I think in English would be great.
And I think now is the time too. I mean, it's really starting to Japanese music is more accepted outside of Japan more than ever before. I mean, if you think about it, the sad thing about American music in general is they don't really listen to anything that's not, first of all, not in English, and then second of all, not American English.
Yeah.
I mean, English stuff, I mean, it's not really, there's a lot of English music that's not being heard in America. And it's just very English because America's sort of closed off as far as listening to outside cultures. But that trend has changed over the last 5 years. And I'm hoping for it to change more because like there's so much great music here in Japan that even if you don't understand Japanese, you can get into it.
I know you did a TV show here. I guess it was with Paul Gilbert, one of your guests, and you guys are like trading back and forth.
Probably Rock Fujiyama.
Yeah, that's it. Now it's on YouTube, and of course everyone listens. If you look up Marty Friedman on YouTube, again, a lot of the lines of cacophony stuff, you'll never be able to do on guitar. So don't even try. But it's really funny. The thing that you did with Paul Gilbert, and then there was a competition where it was you, Paul, and another Japanese guitar player.
Rory?
Rory. Yeah. What was that green thing that he had to drink? Because it was
Aojiru,
like,
right?
whoever screwed up.
Aojiru. Maybe if you live in Hawaii, you know what aojiru is.
Yeah,
like,
shirokia they sell.
It's like terrible. Condensed vegetable.
Yeah, really nice.
I actually don't mind drinking it, actually.
Really?
Wow.
When it's cold, it's not that bad. It goes right down. So, like, I didn't mind, but I just never lost that game. So.
It wasn't quite fair because I go back and forth between him and Paul, and then I think it was your name and
guitar. Oh, the time he was on, it was like that was the idea. It was like that thing's so fixed anyway. It's like so fixed. It's like let Paul get all of them. Kind of thing. But no, Paul's great. He came on the show like 2 or 3 times, and of course he's an amazing guitar player. So I love doing anything with him. But that show was mostly Japanese guests. And mostly people who have nothing to do with music.
I see.
The idea of the show is to like expose people's like rock life, people who like models and talent, and what's talent in English?
Talent.
Maybe kind of celebrity type people or comedy people.
I see.
To like play like rock games with them and like just try to have rock fun stuff with them, and because they usually don't talk about rock music on the shows they're on, or if they're in a movie or whatever, TV show, dramas, whatever.
True.
So that's the idea, is to get those guys in the rock world, because a lot of these people have secret rock lives, They played rock in college, or they love rock, or whatever, just kind of like putting them, like had Yashiro Aki-san on the show. I did like an ultra metal version of one of her songs, and she was
so cool.
such a sport. She did it, and she kicked ass on it.
Wow.
That kind of thing, that kind of thing, and it was a wonderful show. I was so glad to do it.
I mean, if you look at the amount of views on that thing on YouTube, it's incredible because just the amount of people that have just hit it and watched it, and the comments on there is just phenomenal.
It's a fun show.
So now I understand now TV circuit, doing some hosting on there. How did that come about?
Well, actually, before Rock Fujiyama, there was a show called Heavy Metal-san, which is like Rock Fujiyama, but it was more like metal based. So it was even more extreme because we had people really outside of music, and we were like full on metal. So it might have been Yashiro Aki-san was on that show because it was like we were like trying to get the biggest gap possible. Where people like really straight-laced people from TV and stuff, models and stuff, and actors and stuff, and people nothing to do with metal, and just put them in a metal world and just kind of shake it up.
Wow. So
and
funny.
I was asked to do that show. I had no interest in doing TV really, and I didn't have the confidence really in Japanese so much to do with it. They asked me to do a thing where I'm going to be every week and taking enka music, Japanese traditional music, and doing, kind of make it my own and make it kind of metal. And the only person really can do that is probably me anyway. The only person who want to do it really. And even then I was kind of over it because I had done stuff like that years ago when I was even in Hawaii. I was already doing them. So like I was not really into it. I was like into doing J-pop. I was playing with J-pop artists and producing and doing my own stuff. Then this offer came up and I took it. And the show became a hit. And from that, that's how I joined this company. which is a television production company. It's not really a music management company per se. But as soon as that show started, they're like, we got something cool here. And that lasted for 6 months. Then Rock Fujiyama lasted a year. But in the interim, from doing that, more people know me from doing TV than from my whole musical career. In like one shot, tripped me out, and like, so I wind up doing a lot of TV outside of those TV shows that you know. And I love doing it because it's like a great education, first of all, for Japanese. I mean, you get the pressure, especially live broadcast. You've got to say something. It's got to be interesting.
Right.
And so like doing that for a couple of years really like gave me so much confidence in my Japanese, first of all, and just having fun outside of music. It became such a great influence on my music. I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this as long as it's a good influence on my music. Music obviously comes first, but like I've probably done like 300 TV shows since I've been here. So just doing that, it's so fun. And having fun things in your life outside of music is a great influence on music.
That's true.
So I found that the music that I've written since doing TV has been so much more fun and entertaining to me than before that. So I'm like, yeah, this is a good influence.